Welcome and hello. Yes, this is not another episode of the Roundtable, but we are here for PSA, a public service announcement. And we definitely want to say welcome to September and Life Insurance Awareness Month, guys. Very important month. Well, I'm gonna shut up now and give it to our host. We're gonna have a little discussion, just a little, take some time out of the ordinary and just talk about a few things. But without further ado, let's introduce you to the one and only Miss Sonia B.
What's up, y'all? It is Tuesday, and we all just had a long weekend. I wasn't off work, but it still was a long weekend. But like he said, this is not the typical roundtable discussion. Well, it's not what you used to because it's still a roundtable discussion. We're just discussing something different. And like I said, September is Life Insurance Awareness Month, and we know that you all have questions. And so we're here just to clear some of those things up. So throughout this month, we're going to be doing these pop-up little series, and we're just going to be discussing some facts about life insurance that you may or may not know about, and also give you an opportunity to ask us questions. And if y'all ask them while we're live, we'll address them. If you ask them later, we'll come back and comment to get those questions answered. And you can always reach out to either one of us, personally or directly if you want to have like a full discovery call or a policy review. Okay. So, what's up, Leo?
Nothing much. People are asking some strange questions. Well, strange, not really. I wouldn't say strange, but I don't like the word strange, but I'm really surprised, I guess, but sometimes I'm not. One of the major questions I have though, that I get a lot, and you tell me what you think about this. People ask me what's better for them, whole life or term. And it's not like, I just think it's puzzling because the reason it's puzzling is because every situation is different. What is the purpose? Why are you doing this? What made you think about it? It's not always about the amount, it's not always about the time. So they want you to just give them an answer without digging a little deeper. That's the puzzling spot. It's like they call you and they're like, what's better for me, whole life or term? And I'm like, well, can we start with your date of birth?
I know, what's your name?
How about there?
Right. Yeah, I see that a lot. People just asking in the comments and posting like, well, what's the best type of policy to get, or what's the best company to get? And though it may seem, it is strange for us because we're licensed, we've been in this industry, we know that it's not just a simple answer to that question. But as the consumer, we understand you don't know. So that's why there are many types of carriers, and there's even more types of policies. And with that being said, I always tell people the best policy or the best company is going to be whichever one is going to fit what your goals are. Insurance is not, it's not like you go to the car lot, oh, I like that. That looks good. I'm gonna drive that one. And maybe you might like a car, but then you get into it and you drive it and you don't like the control, or maybe the gas pedal is too soft, or maybe, it's little things like that that does make a difference. And I also believe that a lot of people think this question is so simple because they're used to dealing with agents that only have one product, you know? So, surprise, there are
That's
more products than one.
that's a big deal. And with insurance is not a one size fits all.
It's not.
At the end of the day, it takes a few elements to not only decipher what's right for you, but does it work for your family and your needs? You got to worry
Right,
about, do you actually qualify? So, I would advise people to sit with someone that has. I'm just gonna say it, Sonia, a broker. Why?
right.
Because they have more. Now, I wouldn't just sit with any broker, but I would sit with a broker because they could tell me what fits, as opposed to making me feel like what they have fits.
Mm.
If you only do final expense, you know, at one time when I started my career, I didn't know any better. And yes, I live and die by this phrase that we always leave people in a better situation than how we found them, regardless what we give them. But I have a lot of 30-year-olds that I was giving a final expense to, very healthy, 30 years old. I don't think that was the best shoe for them. That was just what I had. as I've gotten more as I've gotten into the business more and been here longer, I've learned that there's a lot of better policies out there for a 20 or 30-year-old. Like, there's the tax-free retirement that we talk about. There's if they have they don't want to spend a lot or whatever, they could even get a term, get more bang for their buck. And yeah, in 30 years, they might need something else. But at the end of the day, it depends where they sit, where they're at. Final expense has a name in it. Final. It's for your final destination. So it's not what I had for them. So it always requires more than just what's better, whole life or term. It depends where you
Right.
are in life.
Right. And so some of the major difference between term and whole life, because they are completely different products. Okay. Yes, they are both life insurance, but term is temporary. I've seen a lot of people say, I got a term policy, but it's going to last me till I'm 92 or 95. And I automatically know exactly what company y'all have. And the catch to that is going to, like, if you have $500,000, I've seen people post, oh, I only pay $30 for my $1 million policy. Okay, great. But do you know what you have? That term policy is only going to last you for 30 years at that amount. And after that, it can last until you're 90 or 95. But it's going to convert. Okay. That means that either you're going to keep that $1 million policy or however much policy you got, the price is going to change drastically. If the price doesn't change, then that big old policy is about to be a little bitty tiny policy. So the coverage don't stay the same. And so on the opposite end, well, you want to say something on that?
No, no, I'm actually, it just came to me. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You're
People that have
fine.
policies, why don't they get a second opinion? What
Mm,
is this thing with, I don't know. If I go to the doctor and the doctor tells me, I think you have cancer. God, please, no, I don't, I know the word strong,
yeah,
take that, rebuke it. But if they say something like that, I don't just take that at face value and go home and say, oh my God, first of all, my doctor said, I think, and then he told me I have cancer. You know what's the first thing I'm going to do, Sonia? I'm going to go get a second opinion and maybe a third, maybe a fourth. I don't know. And I'm going to research the person that's going to give me that second opinion because I don't like the words I think. And
right.
when I sit with clients, I hear them saying, I think I have a policy. I think it's still active. I
Mhm.
think I'm good. How do
I
you
think it's
think
whole life.
about such a thing? I don't think about my car being outside. I know it's there.
Yeah.
So you talking about that and them telling you that they think they're good, it just it just like kicked me in the head. Like, why are they thinking? We should know when it comes to what we're covered with. We should
Right.
know how it works. In our organization, we had somebody that had someone pass away that they thought they were covered.
Mm,
20 years into a policy, it was an accidental death. There was no money coming back. Now they have to figure out how to bury this person. It's been over a month. It's
mm,
bad when you don't know. And there's no
right.
shame in not knowing because you did the right thing as a client.
Right.
You had the right thing in mind, right? You got life insurance, you got covered. That's what you wanted to make sure. You lifted the burden, if you would. You think you did. But now why not find out? Let's find out if it's still a good product for you. Let's make sure, like, there's so many things you could do, and all these services from life insurance agents are free.
Right. I have people ask me all the time. Well, not all the time, but I have people ask me like, well, how much are your consultations? You don't pay me for nothing. Okay. Any money you put out is going to be sent to go towards your policy. I don't charge for consultations. Neither does Leo. Neither does most agents. So if an agent is charging you for a consultation, I'm going to tell you to run, run as fast as you can
There's
because
hundreds
they
of them
don't.
that are not charging.
It's a lot of them
Thousands.
that's not charging. So if you have one that is charging, for me, it says a lot about them because I don't feel like they really care about you like helping you unless they feel like it's worth their time. It's plenty of people that I talk to that don't buy a policy right then. Some people have to think about it, but just focusing on term and whole life, because God knows I can venture off because everything is all connected. But I wanted to focus this on the difference between term and whole life. And so, like we said, term is temporary. There are different types of terms. I'm not going to break that down right
Why
today.
not? Let's just break down the two major ones. Which one's your
Okay.
favorite? We do
The
this all the time.
the most common basic term is going to be something that if you have it for X amount of years, you can get it for 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. If you die within that time, it pays out. If you don't die within that time, it doesn't pay out. But then you also have term products that have living benefits, which means that if you was to become sick, like chronically, terminally, or critically ill, you can use some of that death benefit, while you're alive. There's also term that if you don't die within that time, you can get your money back. You can get half your money back. You can get 100% of your money back. Not all agents have access to these plans. So that's another reason why, as he said, it's important to shop with a broker because we don't work for one company. We're going to get paid whoever we write you with. So we're not trying to force you into anything. We're going to literally shop and find which carrier, which product is going to cover you, specifically. So that way you understand what you got. We can vouch and tell you got the best bang for your buck because we work hard for our money. And if
And
we pay it
we
towards
work for the client. We're the middleman between the
we
company
the
and the client, but
middleman.
we're on the client side.
We work for you. We don't work for the company, right? So that's the main difference between a broker and an agent, which is gonna probably be another topic that we do later on this month, and we delve more into that.
We talk about
But
that. Good idea.
yeah, so
This is
yeah,
why she's the host.
it's just
Then,
it's just as important. Stop that.
then you got your whole life. Whole life, once you get it, right? It's yours for the rest of your life as long as you keep paying your premiums. Doesn't matter if after you got it, you get sick. Doesn't matter. You got it prior to getting sick. So, it's good for the rest of your life. It has value. So it gains some interest depending which one you have. And when you talk about whole life, just for those of you that don't know, final expense is a whole life product. It's a whole life that they just make smaller. It's not its own category. It's only two categories, guys. There's term and whole life. Now, there are little branches and hybrids of all sorts, but it's term or whole life. So that's all we got. That's all I got. I don't think we want to make this a whole show at 2 o'clock when it's
Yeah.
not supposed to be our day. But
Right.
our day is Friday
Friday.
at 6 p.m. Eastern. Don't mind me. 6 p.m. Eastern. And today is Tuesday and it's 2 p.m. We just here with a public service announcement. Just, give you guys some insight, special time, special place, just because it is September and it is Life Insurance Awareness Month. Now, I'm not going to say anything, but I know you were going to talk about the subscribers, right? Right?
I definitely was. Y'all, we are still trying to get to our first 100 subscribers, okay? It doesn't mean you have to be watching every episode. All you have to do is click the subscribe button and you will be entered into a cash drawing. We're going to do a cash giveaway once we hit 100 subscribers. We may not even if we hit 100 subscribers on a Wednesday, we might not even make y'all wait till Friday for the drawing. We might be so happy we just do it right then. But whenever we hit 100 subscribers, we will do a cash giveaway. So y'all make sure y'all share these. Hit the subscribe button. We would love for you to watch every episode, but we're just saying you're not obligated to. You can get put into a drawing. Y'all have done much more for less. So,
You can also watch the playbacks. We got some, the last 6 episodes are amazing. I've been watching them. As a host, I don't get a chance to always concentrate as much on what they're saying because I want to make sure I catch certain points to reiterate to the crowd and also ask the right questions to get them motivated. When I go back and watch it, man, I'm so informed.
Yeah. We learn from these. Like, these are not rehearsed. They're not pre-recorded. The guests, they're open and willing. That's why I'm so grateful to the guests, y'all. They're brave. They just jump up here and they dive right into the conversation. They don't know what we're going to ask. They don't know what we're going to say. and y'all get it in real time. I don't go back and edit nothing. I share the raw footage. And when I go back and watch it, like you said, I learned so much from everybody that's been on this show. So if you want to be a part of the podcast, the email is scrolling across the bottom. You can reach out to us on social media. But we didn't want to hold you long today. We want to just go into starting off this life insurance awareness month, the difference between whole life and term. Next week, well, next time we decide to pop up, we're going to talk about something, something else. So tune in, share, and click the subscribe button.
Until then, we will
Until
see
next
you
time.
on the next one. We're out of here.